my name is Jess and I am creating on Patreon because I wanted to create a space for herbalists, dreamers, and people who just need a way to connect to nature and find community. I think the best way to find your community and your connection to nature and yourself is to get to know plants more and get to know um, get to know the environment that you're in and just learn how to be in nature, grow some plants, harvest some plants. And these plants can do so much for us, and learning how to incorporate them into our diets and just treating plants and food as medicine can be a tremendous change for our health. And just diving into like what is health for each individual person. Our health has a lot to do with what we eat, but it also has to do with what we're doing with our mind and how we incorporate mindfulness practices. I personally like to do tea ceremonies, and I'll do those in the mornings or afternoons when I need a moment of just like mindfulness and just to find a place of groundedness and centered stability. And I've also found that through qigong and yoga, and just like finding practices that fit your lifestyle and fit your personality, that best suit your vitality and like makes you want to be a more healthy person and more sustainable person and just like happier all around. I wanted to create a Patreon that is centered around all those things and getting out in nature and being with community and learning from other people and learning from each other. So it's going to be a very community-based Patreon where we get together, we create, we learn new things. I'm going to start a podcast for wild dreamers. It's going to be a place where people come and tell us about what they're up to and like their inspirational stories and what they're doing differently and how they're pursuing their dreams so effectively and how they maintain happiness and mindfulness. And yeah, we're going to be learning about plants, and it's going to be a really fun place for all of us to come and do things together. And I can't wait to get started, and I can't wait to meet more of this community and be more involved with all of you. And I mean, meeting virtually is one thing, but one day I really hope to meet more people in person and really turn this thing into a big community and a big place for so many of us to like come together and learn from each other. So the first tier is going to be mostly content based, where I'll be sharing plant profiles and the podcast, different things that I'm interested in creating. It's going to be seasonal recipes using herbs and plants from the garden and from the farmer's market, and I'll show you how to create meal plans that are both seasonal and also follow the 5-element system in Chinese medicine, and just using vegetables and plant-based foods that are locally sourced as much as possible. We can also potentially do a book club. I'm definitely just gonna experiment with different things and see what people are interested in. The second tier will be more community-based, where we gather virtually and we can learn new skills, do some workshops together, potentially do workshops in person, and yeah, just learn some skills that are from our ancestral roots and get us in nature. And then the third and fourth tiers are going to be all of that, that I've just said, plus products from the Wild Dreamer Pharmacy, which are created with herbs and plants from my garden that are organically, biodynamically grown, or wildcrafted here in Colorado. And the first product tier, you'll get a product every month from my garden. And then the second tier of products is going to be a seasonal box of products, and it's going to be based on like whatever's growing in my garden the best, or whatever I can source from other farmers who are also within my standards of organically grown. And then if you just want to order the products and find past content, you can also go to my blog, followthewilddreamer.com, and you can order those things separately. And I'll also be teaching you how to make those products and how to make your own herbalism products, because I want to empower you to have these skills, and it's really nothing that is going to be hidden from me. Like I'm very transparent about what I've learned, and I just want to share with whoever wants to listen and whoever wants to know more about plants and what they can do for us. And it's going to be an exciting journey for us to take together, and I can't wait.